All right, y'all, I'm about to go to the gym, but I want to drop this message before I went, because when I have things to say, they kind of like spring up on me, and then I got to make the video right then. That's why, because a lot of my content, it don't be like made up, hair done, and all of that. So whatever, it is what it is. But anyway, I want to remind you to be careful about cutting people off. And we've been hearing this topic. People are in this mode where they are just cutting people off. And I'm not saying that that's not a good thing. It's actually a really good thing when you learn to set boundaries. But when people come to a place of growth, they feel like I have to cut off everything that does not look like growth. And you have teachers that teach people, I need to cut off everything that does not look like the growth that I am pursuing. But two things. One is, if you have not adequately healed yourself, you will think that someone else is an issue in a situation where you are actually the issue. Because when we're not working on ourselves, we can't see ourselves. And so our issues become we are in victim mindsets when we are not tending to ourselves and doing our own work. And so it becomes a situation where we think everyone else is the problem and we don't have any issues. And we have to constantly, and when I say we, I mean us all, me. We have to constantly check ourselves to make sure that we're not the issue and that we are doing that from a clear place. So that's the thing about heal. I always tell people, heal first and then start cutting off people. And then the other thing is too, instead of cutting off people, we have to learn to appropriate people. Because when you're cutting people off for little small things, you may be missing the bigger picture of who they are in your life. So they may not be good in this area for you, but they may be great in this area for you. But the problem is you don't know how to appropriate them, and you're putting them in places where they're not good for you, and they continue to bring whatever into your life. So two things. Make sure that you are healed first before you start cutting people off. And make sure that you know how to appropriate people before you start cutting people off. And then a third thing I'm going to add is, make sure that when it comes to people, you are in a space where you know for a fact that you are setting a clear boundary for yourself. This person has to go. They have to be cut off. I don't want this to be a conversation of, well, she told me not to set boundaries. No, set boundaries, but make sure that you're setting boundaries from a clear place. Continue those boundaries, because it's going to be needed. Because I always say people will go as far as you let them.